Heyo everybody, this is Monkeypuzzle, and I am back with another episode of modded Minecraft, Monkeypuzzle in the Crack Pack. I think this is number 23, and I've been away for a minute because I had a super bad cold, and then I had a ton of real life work after that, and I quit drinking coffee after 20 years of drinking it, so that's kind of hammered me too, but I think I'm getting functional again. Time to do some more Minecraft, and I'm back and I'm standing on an angel block in the middle of a coral biome right next to a kelp forest, and this is something I've been looking for a while. My buddy Aaron B was looking for one of these too, and they're really hard to find, but here is one. I think they're pretty cool. I think vanilla Minecraft neglects their oceans quite a bit. They did add those underwater temples recently with those little wiggly bosses, so that's something. But yeah, you know, and what I really want to make my modded experience complete someday is just some fish swimming around. If anybody knows the mod that does that, I know Mo Creatures does, but it adds way too much in order to do it. But anyway, I'm gonna collect some coral. Oh yeah, let me show you real quick. And you can breathe when you're in the kelp too. I think I tend to get, oh, why didn't I get a breath in this one? Maybe over here? They're not giving me a breath right now, so let me go up, get a breath, go back down, show you my map, and I have to zoom out and zoom out and zoom out, and I did all this traveling through generating new terrain in order to finally find an ocean. I didn't think my world even had oceans anymore, but yeah, I added a couple hundred megabytes to the world to do this, and now it looks like a big funky custom guitar, which is kind of cool, I guess. Anyway, let me make sure I'm not dying. I'm not. So yeah, I guess my bubbles kind of hold put in these. I don't quite get a full breath. I thought I did. But anyway, I'm going to collect some of these, and we're going to use them next episode in the, when we make that new base, the big floating crystal sphere in the Sacred Springs biome. And I was going to have a big underwater part in it when it's floating up in the air there. And I wanted to put some coral and some kelp in it. The kelp, if you break this, the whole thing comes down. You can replant it, but you can only put one. So I will find out if they grow from here. I expect they do. And it's these purple ones that glow in the dark. The rest don't. There's 4 kinds of coral. So yeah, I'm going to collect some more, and then we're going to head back to the Wizard's Peak, and we're going to start Ars Magica today. I can't seem to grab the boat. Things are a little funky out here when I'm generating all this new terrain. Anyway, just wanted to show you this real quick, and I'll meet you back. Oh yeah, and there's sponge here too. The vanilla kind. Alright everybody, here we are back in the Wizard's Peak, and let's start Ars Magica. Some of you may be familiar with Ars Magica, and if so, this video may not be for you, because I'm going to just start the basics of it, which I have never done before. And I try to make a practice in all my series of doing things I've never done before for the first time on camera, which can be a little derpy sometimes. But that's how it goes. Anyway, if you remember in the last episode, what I did is I hooked up a quantum bridge all the way down there and strung ME cable all the way up to a wireless access point about this far, so that I could then access all the contents of my ME network up here with a little wireless access thingy do. But what I've done since then is I ran cable all the way up from down there, and I just had to do a little finagling with the center here so I could run it up the center and not see it, which is why I didn't do it before, besides it just being super long. But so now we have a terminal and a crafting terminal. Crafting terminal right in the middle, so we should be able to easily make everything we need. And also, I expanded our solar panel grid here, or whatever you want to call it, just to make sure that we were generating excess power from this system. So we've got quite a few, like I think it's 20 Now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 4. So we've got 20 solar panels here, generating quite a bit of power. So that's what I've done in the meantime. Anyway, I'm talking too much. As usual, let me get up here and start Ars Magica. So I've done some research and I've done a bunch of reading in our nice arcane compendium here and so on, but there's still a lot I have to learn. Ars Magica has 3 pages of stuff here, so lots of objects, lots of spells, lots of complexity. You could probably just add Ars Magica to vanilla and stay occupied for quite a while. Anyway, and we have how many mods in this? But I know some of the first things you need to do. So I made the Arcane Compendium last episode, so we already did that. And once that started, I got this little GUI thing, which you can't see when I hit my inventory, but the little blue bar and the red bar on the right and left, that's part of the Ars Magica, well, GUI, I guess. And I think, yeah, if I do that, I can then actually change this around. You can move things around a bit. I'm trying to grab this burnout value one, which I don't seem to be able to grab for some reason. I guess the red ones have to stay where they are. I don't know. I've never done this before. But anyway, it gives you some control over where things are displayed. So anyway, I'm going to leave it like that for now. So that's the first thing. Next thing is we have to make a couple things. We want to make an Oculus. Oops, too many C's. Oculus. There it is. And let's get it in there. And this is great having this. We can just make everything. So there is our first Oculus. And while we're at it and we're in here, let's make an inscription table. There it is. Okay. Oh, and to do that, we have to make a spell parchment, which we might as well make a bunch of anyway, because we're going to need a lot of these. So let's make about 16, I guess. That should do us for a little while. And then, okay, let's get that in there. Oop, missed it. Okay, there it is. It turns out I just didn't have any oak wood slabs. Silly thing that is. Let's put these things down. And this could all be subject to change. We'll figure it out as we go. But how about we just put the Oculus down here for now. And we'll put the inscription table like that. Or, no, that's not going to work. Let's try again. There, that works. Okay, so when we look here in the Oculus, we start with these 3 blue points. There's blue points and green points and red points, and they're for different levels of spells. And see how the names here are in blue? That means I can use my blue points to go in these directions to make a spell. And then I'll get down to red, or I guess it goes blue, green, red. And more of these will open up, I think, with time as well. So for now, let's go down this path of, okay, so we got to do projectile. So I can click on that. And then I get 3 options, gravity, bounce, and physical damage. I guess let's go to physical damage because we're going to need to cast a lot of spells on things to get some experience or whatever it's called to gain levels in this. So yeah, let's go down the simple path, and we have a choice of fire damage or magic damage. I guess fire damage seems cool. So that used up all our blue points, except there's these things called orbs, which I've been collecting from dungeoning. And so throw these down, and if I click on these, I'll get more points. So I right click, I gain the blue one. So woo, we get a bunch of blue points and a bunch of green points and a red point. So that just advanced us a whole bunch all at once. So now we can do more stuff. So we have other options. We've got ignition and lightning damage. I guess this means we can catch stuff on fire. Let's do that. Forge, contingency. I don't even know what a lot of these things are. Magic damage. Well, I guess that's the next thing. These things seem cool too. Gravity and bounce. I guess bounce sounds cooler than gravity. Alright, we got that. Maybe some magic damage. And, oh, we're into the green already. So, frost, drown, knock back. So we can damage them and knock them back. Fling. Okay. And velocity. Alright. I don't know if that was the right thing to do or not, but that's what I did. And we can click on a few more things too while we're in here, so we can get some lightning damage. And we might as well get these, I guess, even though we don't know what they do. Is there any more blue stuff we can do? We can do frost and drown. And then I think we're into green, so we might as well click gravity. And these don't even have colors. Okay, so we've opened up everything we can for now. So that will help us make spells. So now if we go over here to the inscription table, right click on it, we have choices. And there is an order to spell making apparently. There are shapes, which is projectile, I guess. I guess the shapes are in the squares, is that right? And let me look this up again. There's shapes, components, and modifiers. So if I'm guessing right, this is the shape, these are the components, and these are the modifiers, and we put them together to make a spell. So I think I'm going to need to put a book and quill in here. So let's grab that. Book and quill. Azo. And let's just make a bunch of these. I guess I can only make one at a time. And actually, where's my other ink? This stuff, because these are kind of precious. These I can make a dime a dozen. So let's just get a bunch of those. We're good with spells. And throw one in there. Excellent. So now we can grab this, I guess, and we put it down there. So we've got projectile. We have a shape. And then let's choose a component. We have all these options right now. I'm going to just go ahead and do fire, I guess, which is pretty simple. Can I do 2 of those? I guess so. And eventually I'll know what I'm doing. Hold on a second. I'm going to look this up. I'll be right back. Alright, so I still don't really know what I'm doing, but I think that I can add these are different stages of the spell, I think. So I'm just going to put a few together that make sense here. So we're going to do the projectile, and these, okay, shapes, components, modifiers, these modify things. I don't know if they modify the shape or the components, but let's see if I put the velocity of here, if it'll make my projectile go faster. I have no idea. And then physical damage, fire damage, and ignition all seem to kind of go together. This means it'll actually start a fire when I do this. Actually, let's not do that. Let's do physical damage, fire damage, and there was a magic damage too. So maybe that can be really damaging. Who knows? And so we have this in here. Let's give it a name. We'll call it the multiple damage, multi-damage. See what it does. And if we pull this out, I guess that finalizes the spell. So now we have to make the spell, and that gets us into the whole thing of making a crafting altar for spells. And those are over here in structures. And we got to make this. There's different materials you can make it with. This is the shape of the thing, and it shows you how to make it. You can do it a layer at a time here and check out how it's made. So that's cool. I don't think you can grab it yet. And then grab it and turn it. No. Because the lectern and the lever are on the wrong side. Oh, there you go. Now we can see them. And the materials help you make more powerful spells depending on what materials you use. So there's materials to make the main thing, and then there's the materials for these 5 blocks right here. So we got wood planks, stone brick, and it moves on and up. We're going to move up on all the way up to the best materials, which are choices of these witchwood, nether bricks, or nether quartz. I think I'm going to use witchwood because I want to use materials that actually come from Ars Magica. And then the caps move all the way up. Emerald blocks on this page look pretty good. We could do that. And then moonstone and sunstone. Moonstone is as far as I can go now because of those drag-nabbit meteors that fall over the place. So we have plenty of moonstone. So we'll do that. We'll do witchwood with moonstone blocks. And we have to make a few other things. We have to make magic walls. And we have to make this crafting altar thing, which is not showing right here. And we need to make a lectern. So we got a number of things to make. First, let's grab our witchwood. So that's more than we need of that. And then we're also going to need some witchwood stairs. So let's grab a bunch of those. That should be plenty, I think. And what else do we need? We need the moonstone. So we're going to make these into blocks, and we can also use these in some of the other things we're going to make later, the nexi, which generate power or essence. So we can make 11 so far, which is pretty good. And then we needed a magic wall. So that is around here somewhere. I guess I need to put more stuff in. Magic wall. And so we need Vintium dust. We've collected lots of Vintium, but how do we get the Vintium dust? We have to smelt the Vintium ore. Okay, so let me get the Vintium, which I've never done anything with before, but obviously we have a lot of, and we will get that smelting. Okay, so is that working? Yes. So we're getting the Vintium dust, and in the meantime, let's see if we can make a crafting altar. It's right there. And we need more of the Vintium dust, so we'll have to wait on that. How about a lectern? Can we get away with that? Lectern should be pretty simple. So yeah, there it is. And I think it's the same color no matter what you make. Let's go ahead and grab a lever, because we'll need that. Just one. And then let's see how our Vintium dust is doing. Okay, well, we got 4 of it. It's pretty slow. Of course, I'm doing it in a regular vanilla furnace. Okay, let's grab that 5th one and see what we can do. Alright, so what did we need? We needed the magic wall. I think you get a lot of this. You get 16, which is more than I need. So you can definitely solve the magic wall we need right now. And the crafting altar, which is this guy. So we only need one of those. So I think we are good to go. I just need to know. Oops, I didn't want to do that. I have to grab that back in a second. Whatever it is I threw away. I didn't quite notice. So let's get all these things down here and see what we can do. Alright, so let's look at our book. Hopefully nobody's going to attack us in here. Should be alright. So the layers. Okay, so it's 5 by 5. And we start with that in the center, the cap. And I'm thinking, let's just do it right here. And that leaves us 4 corners for the nexi. And there's 3 kinds of nexi, but one of them, the light nexus, works in the day or the night, depending on the kind of caps you have. So maybe we'll put those there and there when we need some essence to make our spells. But I'm leaping ahead. So, and I purposely made these areas 5 by 5 because I was sort of expecting that, or I was definitely expecting to be building these 5 by 5 structures in here. I kind of don't like how it's above the ground. I probably should have stuck it in 1 lower. In fact, I will put it 1 down. And this is all subject to change. This is going to uglify the Wizard's Peak from below. I'm going to have to cover it from below. But anyway, I'm going to start there for now. And I'm entitled to change my mind if I want. I think Then on the sides, we're going to go 3 high, like that. And these things are pretty cool. They just all shimmery and stuff. I don't know if they do a whole lot besides look cool. But we're going to use them. There we go. And then I need to look in the book. I think I need to go 1 higher with that stuff. Let's check it out. So let's see. Gonna pause it. Well, when we see the one we want, we'll pause it there. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and that's the one we want with the witchwood. Okay, so the third one's got stairs. All right. So let me just float for this because I can. So there's the third level of those, and that's the last we're going to need of those. Let's see how easy they break. Not too bad. Okay. And then we want stairs upside down, like that. And then on this level here, we have the lectern and the lever. I don't think it matters which side they're on. That kind of makes sense for the lectern to be right there. And then back to the book. The next layer, okay, we got our 4 caps surrounded by right side upstairs, 2 blocks, and that. I think I can remember that. So let's try it. Okay, so we got our 4 caps. Oh, and those aren't the caps. Those are still the magic walls. We want the moonstone. Finally being used for something. Very cool. And then stair. And stair, stair, stair. Yep. I'm sure this is super entertaining for you guys, but hey, it's got to be done. Okay, so fill that in with the 2 blocks and throw that in. And did that work? I think it did. That's doing cool looking stuff. I guess that's how we know it works, is when this shimmers and looks like the witchwood. So there we go. We have our first spell crafting altar. So now we got to put our book. Oh, and is the book the thing I threw away? I guess so. Let's see. I forget what it was called. No, it wasn't called that. What do they call it? Is it called a spell? Alright, I'll find it and I'll be right back. And of course, I had to look under multi-damage like I named it. So there it is. Let's throw it here on the lectern and see what we need. So there's all the goofy stuff I added to it. Hopefully that works. And these are all the things that I'm going to need to make the spell. And it doesn't look like it needs any essence, which is good. This is a little confusing. 1 times something. We'll see what that is. Yeah, so I'm going to gather all this stuff up. And we will try to do this. And we'll make my first spell. And that probably will be most of this episode at this point. So maybe we'll go out and use it. And that'll be it. So be right back. One of the things I needed, I just want to show you, I haven't made it before, is a rune. So I need a blank rune, which is just like that. So there is a blank rune. I might as well make a bunch of blank runes. So I'll need those in the future. Oh, that's a lot of blank runes. Good thing we have infinite cobblestone, basically. Okay, so we need a blank rune. And we need a red rune, which is a rune like that. So there we go. And we need a purple rune. So let's grab that. And those are the runes. I'm going to grab the rest of the stuff now. Alright, it looks like I leaped a little too far forward because one of the ingredients I needed was ice essence. And I need an essence refiner for that. And I need to start generating essence with a light nexus or some kind of nexus. And we're not there yet. So let's make another one. This is simpler, just projectile, fire damage, and velocity. And we'll just call this singe. And we'll see what it does. So I'm going to go ahead and again get the ingredients for that. Let me just check real quick that I can do it. Ice essence. No, I guess it's the velocity that is doing this to me. So I'm going to make one without velocity, just the projectile and the fire damage, and get the ingredients, and we'll make our simple little spell. And we'll just call this one Blister, because that's probably the worst it's going to do to the mobs. Alright, so let's go ahead and try this. These are the things we need. Blank rune, Vinium dust, arrow, snowball, red rune, flint and steel, spell parchment. I've got them all here. And I think that we just start this by throwing the blank rune in there. Okay, it's happening. Now it tells us the next thing we need. We're getting all kinds of particle effects. So let's throw those in. Cool. Now we need an arrow. Alright. It's not taking that other one, but it's still asking for more stuff, so whatevers. Red rune. There you are. Flint and steel. You can have it. And this should finish the spell. Boom! Yay! We got our first spell, and we got that nice little music. How do I grab it? Let's walk over it. There we go. Okay. And then, if we click on it, we get to choose our symbol for it. So this was just a little tiny fire spell. So we got little fires and bigger fires. It probably is that one. Let's see what other options we have. These are pretty cool. I like these. So let's go back and just choose the little tiniest little fire. And that's it. That's the name. All right. So now I need to figure out how to use it. Oh, there we go. Okay. So let's go find some mobs. I'm going to meet you outside at nighttime because I want it to be dark. Okay, we got our first victim. Let's blister this zombie. And I missed. I'm already out of mana. Kind of meek at first. I got to level up a little bit. It's not showing the numerical values over my my little bars there for some reason. But it's that blue one there. I think I need to let it get built up. Let's see if I can do it again now. Not yet. Man, I can't do a whole lot yet. I'll come back when I've got a little bit more mana. Alright, well my mana is creeping back up there. And I figured out how to show the numeric values. When you do the Ars Magica UI CFG, AMUI CFG, I didn't notice before, but you get this little options bar. If you click that, you can do numeric yes or no, and you get all these other options as well. So that's cool. Let's go back now and escape out of that. We've got 86. We got to hit this guy this time. Oh, okay. We're back in the waiting game. I don't want to kill him because I want to hit him with my spell. See you in a little bit. Okay, so I let it build up again. It takes a mighty long time. I think if we can actually hit him though, we'll level up. There we go. And then we get more mana. Excellent. Let me see. Hey, where are you? Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Okay, gotta make this one count. I guess if I just let go after right-clicking. Yep. Oh, missed. Okay. And now what I did bring is this legendary mana potion, which I don't know if this is a waste for or not, but this is just taking too long to build up every time. So I'm gonna drink it. Hopefully it lasts a while. I'm not sure what's happening. There we go. Alright. I knocked his head off. Okay. We're up to level 6 already. So, and we're getting more mana, and it's generating faster. I love those little particle effects around my fist. That's pretty cool. So let's go find somebody else to shoot, and then I guess we'll call that it for the day. This has probably been longer than half an hour, knowing me. But we'll move on. This is just the bare beginnings. There don't seem to be many mobs around anymore. I don't want to beat up on poor chickens. They're nice. Okay, let me find one more guy, and I'll bring you back. Okay, we got a nice little spider over here. There you go, spider. And now I'm out of mana again. Anyway, you guys get the point. The more guys I hit with the spell, the more my levels build up, and the faster I think the faster my mana regenerates, but at least the bigger reserve of mana I'll have to draw from. It's probably a bit of both. Oh look, we got one of those whatchamacallums, the Thaumcraft dungeons here, so that could be a lot of fun for testing this out. But right now, it's taking too long to build up, and that mana potion didn't get me very far. Hopefully that wasn't a gigantic waste. Anyway, thank you for joining me in the beginning of my next level of wizardry. We've got Thaumcraft going pretty well, although I haven't done all the Thaumcraft add-ons yet, like the Forbidden Magic and the Thaumic Tinker and all that stuff. But now, we are just beginning to become a Thaumcraft, or not a Thaumcraft, a Ars Magica wizard, whatever they're called. I know the Thaumcraft guys are Thaumaturges, and the Ars Magica folks are somebody else. So we're almost one of them. I can't shoot you, but I can just kill you guys with my rapier. Yeah. What? Well, that's a great way to end the episode. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.